What's up, guys? It's your girl Mera. Welcome back to my channel. And woosah. I know it has been so long since I posted a YouTube video. You guys don't know how many times I've made a video, first of all, and I just haven't posted it. It's been really hard to actually feel like I have content to even show y'all. That's one. Two, I've been working on other creative ventures, which I will be talking about very soon, but I don't want to talk about it right now. I will actually want to be able to show you guys what I've been working on. So I'm going to wait a little later to show you that in later videos. And you're probably like, it's COVID, like she has nothing else to do but sit in the house and make videos. So, you know, like, why hasn't she been producing videos? Listen, I literally have so many videos. I'll edit everything and I just won't like it. Or I've just been so busy that I start a video and I don't finish a video. With that being said, I'm back and I'm trying to commit to being more consistent with. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, smash that post notification button so that when I post my video every week, which I will be doing, that you are the first person to view the video. So as you can see by the title of this video, this is an updated question and answer, and the questions are a little bit more deeper and intense than they were in my first video, which was kind of the introduction to Mera. This is more so a little bit updated as far as like what's going on in the world, and I had some people actually ask me questions. So yeah, here we go. The first question is, what are some of your goals for 2021? So let me take a sip. Hold on. This is just tea. It's no alcohol. I had enough of that this weekend. Okay, what are some of your goals for 2021? So I don't want to, say everything that I intend to do because I really want to keep it to myself. I feel like every year since like 2018, I was kind of like, ooh, I'm excited for 2019 because it's just a fresh start and I know this year will be better. Then I go into 2019 and 2019 was the worst year of my life. Then boom, 2019's over. Ooh, 2021 will be good. 2020 will be good. What? Get to 2020. Trash. First thing that happens, Kobe Bryant dies. Then boom, like 2 months later, COVID. Then boom, we're stuck in the house for a year. Like, it was just too much for me. So I've decided not to speak on everything that it is that I intend to do in 2021 and just do it. That's just what I'm going to do. I will say this, though, that if you know me personally, one of my biggest goals is to get more into my career field. But I've been applying for a lot of different jobs in my field. I've even had interviews in jobs in my field. So it's just more so of a waiting game, a hustle game, keep applying game, and keep faith game. So that's pretty much what it is. But I have so many other goals and things that I'm going to achieve in 2021 that I want to achieve, that I hope to achieve. And also, like I said, I have a lot of other creative ventures that I've been investing my time and my money into that I'm going to show you guys very soon. So the next question is age your deadline to achieve certain life goals? So I really had to sit and think about this for a second. I was like, what? Okay, so I'm assuming this question means, do I feel like if I'm 25, I should have this, and this done? If I'm 30, I should have this, and this done. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This whole COVID situation where everybody's home, I've had so many friends who have gotten engaged. So many friends who have gotten pregnant. And it's just like, man, like, I'm at that age where like people are getting married and people are having kids. When I was in high school, I really thought that I would be married at like the age of 23. But then you go to college and you realize that, like, okay, life is really not going to happen the way you picture it, that it is going to happen as a kid. So when you get older, life really hits you, and you realize that everybody's life is different. Everybody goes through a different path. So no, I don't think age is a deadline, but I do think mentally for me, I'm just like, okay, you're 25, so you gotta start to have these things lined up, or you're going to be 26. You you have to have that lined up. So I think in my mind, I tell myself that there are certain things that I do want to achieve and accomplish, but I don't say to myself, like, I don't put the pressure, like, oh my gosh, like, what are you doing? Like, this person just got engaged, you this, you that. Like, I don't do that. Like, I don't really care. Like, I'm genuinely happy for all my friends and everybody else, but that's your life and this is my life. And I say the same things to everybody who feels that way, because I think in your 20s, especially when you're looking on social media and you look at everybody else, and they're traveling and they have cars and they have money and they have babies and they have husbands and they have big diamond rings and they have this and that, and you're the same age as them or maybe even older, and you're like, why don't I have this? So I think a lot of people my age kind of look at that and they kind of doubt themselves because they don't have what those other people have. You are on your own journey, you have your own path, and that's my advice to everybody, to focus on your path. Don't focus on what the next person is doing. Don't do it. Focus on what you're doing. So the next question is, will COVID-19 affect your 2021? Will you let it affect your 2021? This is a big question to answer because COVID isn't something I can personally erase. You know what I'm saying? It's not something you could erase. It's not something, the person with the highest authority can erase. It's really like, it has a mind of its own. You know what I mean? So I think it's challenging because I don't make the laws, and I can't, walk outside without a mask, and I can't, go open up a bar because it's shut down. I can't go open up a border because it's closed. Like, there are certain things that COVID will not allow us to do. There are certain laws in place for our safety. And I don't want to put myself at risk by trying to live my best life of 2021. I don't. But I also feel like I don't want to waste my life away the way I feel like I did in 2020, sitting in the house. But I will say that one of the benefits to that has been that I have not been sick the whole year. And if you know me, I always catch a cold or allergy, or it's always something wrong with me. I haven't been sick the whole year. I've been perfectly fine. And with that being said, I don't just want to go live recklessly in 2021, but I'm hoping that things will change, things will simmer down, and everything will be able to take its course. Okay. Would you like to have children one day? This is a big question because I am 25 years old, and like I told you all, I have friends who are pregnant. I have family members who are having children. I have, friends who are engaged. I have friends who are married. So it is a tough space to be in because we're all around the same age. You know what I mean? I think essentially I do want to have children. I'm excited to have children one day. But the path that I want to take to having children is that I want a husband first. And with that being said, that's not a process that you just rush. You don't just go grab a man and say, okay, here, we're married tomorrow and we're going to have a kid. That's not how it works. I wouldn't suggest you guys doing it like that either. Also, be very cautious as to who you're having a kid with, because people are loopy these days. People are not who they appear to be sometimes, and certain traits carry on to kids, and it's just, having kids is something that's deep, and you're connected to that person for life once you have a kid, honestly, when you really think about it. But essentially, I do want to have kids one day, and I don't know when that'll happen for me, but I do want to have kids one day. I don't count it out. I love kids. Why does my book keep flipping? How has the pandemic affected your friendships? Ooh, something just fell. Sorry, guys. Okay. So I will say this. All of my best friends live somewhere else. I have one best friend who lives in Connecticut. I have one best friend who lives in Trinidad. I have another best friend who's constantly between, New York and New Jersey. And, you know, it's not high school where you see your friends every day. You know what I mean? We're all grown adults. I don't sit up and get mad at any of my friends because I don't see them that often. I think we are all grown. We're all adults. We all have given each other the space to create our own life experiences with or without each other. But at the end of the day, there's never any love lost. We don't love each other any less. We're just adults, and we give each other that space to hustle and grind and to do things. We all have families. We all have things that we have to do. You know what I mean? We're grown. We're adults. We don't have to sit in each other's face anymore. I think that's how you know you have a strong friendship, when you don't have to hang out with each other every Friday night. You don't have to hang out with each other every week. I know some people that legit, there's a group of friends that I see on my Instagram all the time. I think they're cute. They hang out with each other all the time, but they also fight all the time because they're always together all the time. They're not giving each other enough space to actually be themselves and flourish. And I think that that's what my friends and I do. And I love my friends. Like, we could be continents apart and still be connected to each other because that's how strong my friendships are. Okay. Next question. What is a social behavior you dislike? A social behavior I dislike. So I will say this. Ever since I was a kid, I always disliked when people made fun of other people. Now, let me explain. Because I'm not going to sit here and say I've never made a joke about anybody, or I've never laughed about a joke. I've never laughed at a joke about somebody. I'm not going to sit here and say this. When you joke, you tell a joke about somebody and that person doesn't laugh, it's not a joke. It genuinely hurt that person's feelings. Do you understand what I'm saying? It hurt that person's feelings. Just know that. As a kid growing up, I've seen it done to so many people, and I've had people close to me say things that they think are so funny and ha 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 ha, like literally my own family members say things that they literally think are funny, and I'll sit there and not laugh because it's not funny to me. Like, it's not a joke to me. Like, you actually hurt my feelings, but I'm just not going to say anything because that's just me. I'm not going to say anything. But there are people who genuinely say, oh, it was a joke, and they think that it was funny. But if you don't laugh, it genuinely hurt your feelings. It did. It hurt your feelings. Let's be real. Somebody said something that was funny, you didn't laugh, and it was about you, it hurt your feelings. It did. And sometimes these jokes, they hit a little bit below the belt to where it's like, okay, you're being shady. I just never really liked when someone else made fun of other people because all people are different. All people are different. And I don't see how it is that another person with flaws could ever sit and say something about somebody else with flaws. Like, I never thought it, like, if someone joked on you and you felt bad about it, why would you think it's okay to joke on somebody else and that they're going to be okay with it? Like, it never made sense in my head. But next question. Okay. What is a fashion trend that you hate? Y'all might be mad at me for saying this, but I hate Crocs. Crocs gotta go. Every person that I ask who has a pair of Crocs, they're like, oh my gosh, Crocs are the most comfortable shoes in the world. And oh my gosh, they feel like you're walking on pillows. Stop. There are shoes that are way more comfortable than Crocs. You could get Ugg slippers. There are even regular slippers that aren't name brand that are much more comfortable than Crocs. I don't know. It's funny because Crocs at one point people used to be like, oh, and now it's like a fashion trend because celebrities are wearing it and everybody feels like, ooh, Crocs are it. And they legit go outside and wear outfits. Like, no, to me, that's not a fashion trend that I would ever get with. It's definitely not a fashion trend I would ever get with. I don't think Crocs are cute, and I'm sticking to that. I even tried Crocs on before. I don't think Crocs are comfortable. I think they're uncomfortable, actually. Next question. Why did you start a YouTube? So, I've always known what YouTube was. Duh, who doesn't know what YouTube is? I've always watched videos on YouTube, but I've never watched videos on YouTube like more than I watch actual television. You know what I'm saying? My little cousin, Mera, one day put me on to this YouTube couple, and I started watching their channel, and I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm watching a reality show. Like I'm like, this one video is about the same length as a episode of Love and Hip Hop. I'm like, it's just as spicy as Love and Hip Hop. I was like, it's funny, it's entertaining, and it's a whole bunch of them I could watch. Like, I was like, wow. After that, I consistently started watching YouTube videos. I started finding YouTube couples. I started finding people who had their own channels, lifestyle brands, people who do hair, people who do makeup, people who are into fashion. Like, I found it all. People who dance, people who choreograph. I've gotten into all different types of YouTube videos. One thing I've noticed that all these people had in common was that they were able to share their own voice on their own platform, say what they wanted, did what they wanted, because it was their channel. Back in college, I had my own talk show, and I love the fact that I created my own content. I produced my own show. I had my own script, everything, my own topics. I picked my own set of cast of who I wanted to have on my show, and it gave me power of my voice, of I could say what I want. And after I graduated from college, I wanted to continue to do that. I wanted to continue to just feel free and say what it is that I wanted to say. So I always wanted to start my own YouTube channel personally. I wanted to continue what I did in college, but it was hard. I kind of had to come up with a different format because I was legit in a TV studio. Now I'm not in a TV studio. So I had to find different content and find a setting and a way that I was going to connect with my audience. So it took me a while to get to this place to feel comfortable to sit in front of this camera and have conversations and talk to you guys about certain things. But I knew for sure that YouTube was going to be a place that I was going to be able to be myself and say what it is that I wanted to say without having anybody come at me, because it's my channel. And if you don't want to watch me or you don't like what I say, you really don't have to tune in or subscribe or like. So there's that. So at first I started a YouTube channel with my cousins, the Cousins Council. We actually still have the channel, but we're just not active up there. And then I separated. I have my own channel now. My cousin Cam has her own channel now. And then my cousin Sha is, doing her own, thing. So, I have my own voice now, and I wanted to, share that with YouTube. So here it is, my voice. Okay, next question. What YouTube channels have kept you entertained during the pandemic? The Royal Family, for sure, with Queen and Clarence. They for sure kept me entertained, especially with Vlogmas going on recently. I like watching their family. A lot of people, give them backlash. They say Clarence is with Queen for money and all this stuff. You have to really watch people from the beginning and then watch them till now. And I think that goes for a smooth transition of how you actually like these people and you actually are fans of their work and their content. When you just jump aboard and start watching in between and not from the beginning, you don't understand their story, their dynamic, how they became who they are, how they became as a couple, how they had a kid. So I think there's certain things that people just don't like about them because of what they hear in the media. But I actually love their family, and they've been keeping me entertained as well. I've had Aaliyah J, who has kept me entertained with her videos. Aaliyah J was one of the first people that I really started to watch on YouTube. Like one of the first individual peoples I started to watch on YouTube, because she was from Brooklyn and I really liked her. But Aaliyah J, as she got a little bit bigger, she wasn't as consistent. And I love Aaliyah, and I just would like her to be more consistent with her work and more consistent with her videos. And I personally like her with her boyfriend Menelik. I like their channel that they had together. They had that channel. They had some videos up there during the pandemic, And that also kept me, you know, entertained. But, you know, I mean, I can't force people to put out videos and make content. You know what I mean? I know it's hard. I'm telling you guys, if you don't have a YouTube, it's really hard to make content. It's really hard to keep people entertained. But yeah. Oh, who else? So Aaliyah J, I said the royal family, Gold Juice, Will and Olivia. I think that they're super cute and they kept me entertained. We literally watched their son grow the whole pandemic. Their son Rain, we watched their son grow. Who else? Who else have I been watching? My brain is fried right now. I watched Charles and Alyssa, like, when I like them. I do, don't get me wrong. But if there's like nothing else left to watch that's new, I'll watch them. And there's a few more other channels that I watch, but the 3 that I named are really the consistent ones that I keep up with, and that I'm like low-key excited to see what it is that they posted. The last question that we have here, finally, because this video has been dragging on. What's something that you think the world has learned from this pandemic? I think that the world was moving too fast. I think we all kind of needed to slow down. We need to stop for a second. And that's what the pandemic did. The pandemic made us sit down. It made us, you know, pay closer attention to things that have been going on. If you really think about it, I really educate myself on a lot of things. So it's weird when I see people on social media just figure out certain things. But we were all raised differently. What I'm about to get into is a discussion on racism. I feel like America really woke up when it came to racism this year, when it came to police brutality, when it came to the government, when it just came to so many different things. America seemed to be so shocked. 2020 has just been a year of revelations. And I think we've learned that sometimes we need to slow down to see the bigger picture, because the world was sick. The world has been sick. The world is getting sicker. But people have to really open their eyes to see what's going on, to the truth and what's around them. Because I just sit back and watch the show. Nothing be a shock to me. I just watch. You know, we've lost a lot of great celebrities this year, a lot of great actors, a lot of great singers. Us common folk, we've lost a lot of great family members. Some people have lost head of their household. Some people have lost, you know, their jobs. People have lost everything, their homes. And it's just, 2020 has been a tough year. So going into 2021, let's all just aim to do better and hope for better, pray for better, and be better individuals. Everything starts with you. End of my video. This the end of my video. This the end of my video. This the end of my video. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Yaddy 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 yaddy. Okay, so make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, smash that post notification button so that you are the first person to view my video when I post. And I love you guys. And Mera is back. She's back, and I'm going to be posting more videos. I'm going to try to be more consistent. I'm going to try to bring you guys good content, and look forward to a vlog. And love you guys.
And smash that like button.
Smash the like button.